Hello everybody, it's Casey here, back at long last for a new reaction. So if you've been following my channel for a while now, then you may know that along with fandom stuff, I've also been making it my mission to try and react to original animated short films as well, in order to bring more attention to things that probably have flown under the radar or just otherwise just deserve the attention. And finally, at long last, I'm going to be reacting to this. It seems it's about 10 minutes long. It's this short film called, it's just called Gruff by Righteous Robot. And apparently, out of anything that I have tried to react to, this is something that has definitely been like on my docket for forever now. I have gotten multiple requests from people wanting me to check this out. And finally, at long last, I have taken the time out. I'm finally going to be checking this out, and it looks like this actually came out fairly recently. It was only uploaded about 2 years ago, and it's got over like 9 million some views now. And it's interesting that even though this has gotten so many views, why I have yet to see this or have it pop up in my feed, I don't know. But I'm glad I'm finally seeing it now, and thanks to all of you guys for requesting this to me. And at least according to what I can see here on YouTube, there is all kinds of like behind the scenes like content surrounding this, about like how it was made and what it was about. Apparently the creator even made it to like the Sunday like morning news, which is excellent. Like, of all the things I've reacted to, like, I have yet to get one that actually got this much attention, which is amazing. And apparently this guy actually did this all. This is not just stop motion. This is also, it's apparently all made out of paper, which is something that I've like almost never seen before. Any stop motion I've seen has always been like the more traditional puppetry or claymation. This is probably be one of my first times actually seeing stuff animated with paper, which I'm very interested to see here. So definitely, as always, I will always leave links to the original video in the description so you can check it out for yourself without my commentary over it, and definitely give the creator the views. He definitely more than deserves it. And of course, beyond just checking out the original film, if you just type Gruff by Righteous Robot in the YouTube search engine, you'll be able to see all of like the rest of his channel and all the other like behind the scenes content that's been uploaded about this, which I am definitely going to check out once my reaction here is over with. And at least according to the description, what we have here, it says, quote, Gruff is a handmade paper short film I've been designing, building, puppeteering, and editing across almost 3 years. It's a story about the people you know love you but aren't exactly verbal about it. It's how I've processed my dad's passing and learned how to love people who don't love exactly like me. I believe we all have individuals in our lives, related or not, that pride themselves as the strong silent types. Through this short film, I hope all of us can learn to empathize, connect, and more deeply love those who have so much more to say than we think and just need us to listen. Wow. So it took him over 3 years to finish this. And just by that description alone, I can't wait to see like what this is gonna be. So hey, we got 10 minutes here. Without further ado, let's finally get into this. Let's get started. So after all this time, I'm finally checking it out. Here we go. This is, ladies and gentlemen, Gruff by Righteous Robot. Ready? 3, 2, 1, play.
Rugged, unyielding, and impenetrable. These are the good people of Olden Town, hewn from the harshness of an unforgiving land and less forgiving times. They are Gruff. Previously on Gruff. Trapped in the clutches of the bandit pistolero, darling Bonita awaits rescue, while the people of Olden Town plead with their fearless protector for hope.
our Bonita back. We need a plan.
Now, don't you worry, little miss. Elmore's more the strong, silent type. Lets the guns do the talking.
But in their moment of need, El Mayor did the unthinkable, the unpredictable, the absolutely unexpected, and addressed the people of Olden Town.
I will
Good
meet
morning!
I must.
This is for you.
Whoa.
Pretty, and this lousy town.
Look how he's wearing the crown.
I can tell the measure of a man by the sling of his slang. And El Mayor ain't got any.
Mija?
Mommy, why won't Abuelo play with me?
Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a super spy who wasn't scared of anything, but hated quiet. So she found ways to fill it.
Whoa, so we started with like a western and now we're into like a spy film? Okay. Whoa, look at all that detail. I still can't believe all of this is paper.
Was applause. And the one she needed it from the most was her papa. That's as close as it got. So the super spy lived louder. And louder. Just so
Whoa.
her favorite person would say a little more than... But he didn't. So they talked less. And less. Till one day, all that quiet, it caught up to them.
Oh no. So do you think she's an actual spy or she's just like an actress playing one? Oh, I like the parallel to them in the living room.
If we can take a look at
Touchdown, Will away.
this is
People of Olden Town stand behind their protector, waiting for his word.
I see you ain't got my gold. So what'll it be by your pistola fight? Or the old silent treatment?
I vow to lay down my arms forever for the return of this innocent.
I ain't got no word. Grace my oar without you double it. So tell me what you mean for.
I have a whip,
Aww.
and they are strong.
After that, the quiet didn't seem so quiet. In fact, it never seemed fuller. Some people don't say the things we want. And some people don't say much at all. But when you run from the quiet, you might miss what they've been saying all along.
Oh, he's so cute.
What was the dad saying to the super spy?
Some things don't have words, so we have to be close enough to feel them.
I think again this evening. I could tell the measure of a man by the sling of his slang. And Elmayor ain't got any slang to sling.
Mama said the measure of a man's in his doing, not his saying.
Anybody says
Hmm. Oh. I wonder if the grandpa had like a stroke or something. Maybe that's what was affecting his like speech after that. Even though he wasn't talking a whole lot to begin with. Oh. So I guess she is a spy for real? So that means that entire time he was seemingly watching TV, he actually had all her stuff like on the wall there so he could see it.
Emily wiped from the map in a month.
I have mi pueblo, mi familia, and they are strong in ways I am not. In ways you have yet to witness.
That'll do it.
I don't know what I'd do without Elmayor.
Neither do I, Bonita. We're lucky he looks out for us.
And I always will.
Aw. That was good. Definitely go to the video and check in the description he has everybody in the credits here in the description. Definitely check out all their works too. Wow, look at all the donors. Aw. Well, I can definitely see why so many people wanted me to check this out. I mean, you could tell that I was, really trying to listen through the whole thing, that, I wasn't really actually saying too much in it, and honestly, maybe in a kind of ironic way, maybe that was kind of the whole point of this, that it kind of forced you to not really say anything and just have to listen to what even though the grandpa never really said it with his words, he said it with his actions instead, that he, in his own way, did care about his daughter and his granddaughter. He showed it in his own ways. I definitely know I know people like that in my own life, and that ending when they were all watching the western that the grandpa really liked watching there. I know that especially with my dad, he's like that too, where I know that even years from now I can still like watch all these shows and movies and things that he introduced me to and got me into, that I know that I'll still have that connection with him, watching all of these, things that I'm so into now that I probably wouldn't have been if it wasn't for him, or my mom too. But yeah, that was just put together so well, and at least from the searches that I saw, the TV show that they were watching, that western, it's also its own separate video that he made, like another short film, like just with that. So if you go in through the YouTube searches, you can find that actual western that he was watching and actually watch that episode for yourself, which I know I definitely will after this. And do I really need to say anything about the animation? Like, it's just beyond amazing. Like, the fact that pretty much all of it was made out of paper. They're all paper cutouts. And yet, he was able to evoke just so much, like, pathos and emotion just from paper. Like, it just goes to show just how powerful art can be, and just how much emotion and story that you can make out of virtually anything. Actually, and on a semi-not serious note, I mean, I really don't want to take away from the emotion and the seriousness of this, but when I first saw it, I was actually immediately thinking of Life with Loopy. If you remember that short cartoon that used to be a part of the package of cartoons that they had on the show Kablam back on Nickelodeon, that was always one of my favorite segments from that show. And earlier, as I was saying, that this is something I hardly ever see. That's actually really the only other example I can think of similar looking animation is Life with Loopy, those like very flat like paper cutouts. It's actually reminded me a lot of that, and I do mean that in a good way, because Life with Loopy was an actual like really like clever and imaginative cartoon then. Which I think you can find all the segments separate, just that segment online. But yeah, I was actually, the second that this started, I immediately thought of Life with Loopy. But of course, this is obviously taken way more seriously than that show was. But I still would, recommend both shows like in the same like equal regard in terms of their levels of quality of animation in them. But yeah, this was amazing. What else can I say? Just this very, like, if you have someone in your life that maybe you think like they're not paying attention to you, or not, giving you the credit that you think you deserve, and then way later you eventually find out that this said person actually does care a lot more than they're letting on. They just have their own ways of expressing it, and this definitely like showed that in a like very unique way. But yeah, hats off to Righteous Robot and his entire crew for creating this. And from what I can see in the YouTube searches, there's plenty of other projects that he's working on. Apparently there's some kind of medieval film that he's working on now, just from the thumbnails that I can see. I didn't actually click on any of it yet, because I wanted to try to go into this like as blind as I could, but I'm definitely going to be checking it out afterwards now as soon as I'm done recording, and you guys definitely should too. But yeah, that was Gruff, and thanks to all of you for recommending this to me. I can definitely see why you were, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get to it. I just, for whatever reason, it just, from other projects I've been working on, it just kept getting pushed back, but I'm glad I finally made the time to watch it, because this was just incredible. But that's it. That's our reaction for today. And as always, if you guys can recommend anything else to me that you want me to react to, especially if it's like animated short films that you think have just flown under the radar, or you just really should deserve more views and attention, definitely bring it to my attention so I can add it to my list, so we can definitely like up the views and for these people and give these creators the attention that they deserve. And just as a quick reminder to you all, beyond my Jamie Jupiter webcomic, which is also available for purchase on Indie Planet, where you can get some behind the scenes extra stuff in them if you get the print versions, I also now have 3 short stories published on Amazon. I have my 2 children's books, that's Ruby and the Magic Lantern, as well as the newest edition, Reenie Bo the Rainbow Girl. And if you're into a slightly more adult or darker story, you can also check out Dante's handiwork. And reviews are greatly appreciated, and I definitely have some more projects on the way. I'm actually working on an official author website right now where you'll be able to sign up for my email list and newsletter and be able to get more like up-to-date information on when my newest books and art projects are coming out, as well as other like behind the scenes like thought process and things into how I create my stories. And you'll be able to get not only like the quickest up-to-date information on where all of my social media is at, but you'll also get to see like some bonus behind the scenes content and like early access to things. You'll be able to see like possibly some early chapters of my newest stories coming out, and hopefully at some point in the next month I'll have that all up and running soon. And so stay tuned for all of that. But until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and bye-bye.